Ladies and gentlemen, education is the cornerstone of any society's development and progress. And in Islam, it holds an even more sacred position. The first word revealed in the Holy Quran was Iqra, emphasizing the importance of seeking knowledge for all, irrespective of gender. Allah Almighty commands in the Quran, read in the name of your Lord who created. This divine commandment was addressed to humanity at large, reflecting the universal nature of education in Islam. Women hold a central position in society as mothers, daughters, wives, and professionals. Each of these roles requires knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ emphasized the value of education for women. He said, seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim. This hadith is not gender specific, reiterating that education is a duty for both men and women. An educated woman is a nurturer of generations. As a mother, she is first teacher of her children. An educated mother instills values, ethics, and a love for learning in her children, shaping the future leaders of society. Allah Almighty reminds us of the importance of righteousness and good upbringing in the Quran. The pursuit of knowledge for girls and women is also a requirement of the objectives, maqasid of Sharia, or public good, because educating girls has important benefits for their families and communities. According to Muslim jurists and scholars, the pursuit of public good is the objective of law and governance in Islam. The Holy Quran urges Muslims to improve their communal life, to support one another, and to combat poverty. Education empowers women to participate actively in social development. It equips them to contribute to economic growth, advocate their rights, and engage in decision-making process. The example of women in Islamic history serves as a beacon for us. Despite the clear guidance from Islam, the education of women in many Muslim countries faces challenges such as cultural barriers, economic constraints, and security concerns. These challenges are not inherent in Islam, but are the result of society's practices and misinterpretations of religious teachings. It is imperative that we address these obstacles with wisdom and collective effort. Governments, religious scholars, and community leaders must work together to create environments where girls feel safe and supported in their pursuit of education. This includes providing scholarships and financial aid, establishing safe and accessible schools, promoting awareness about the Islamic perspective on women's education, and engaging religious leaders to counteract cultural misconceptions. Today, we live in a world where technology and innovation provide unprecedented opportunities for education. E-learning platforms, community-based initiatives, and public-private partnerships can play a vital role in advancing girls' education in Muslim communities. Respected guests, the education of women is not merely a matter of individual growth. It is the foundation of a prosperous and harmonious society. Let us reaffirm our commitment to ensuring that girls in Muslim communities are empowered through education. Let us dispel misconceptions, break down barriers, and pave the way for a brighter, more inclusive future, one where every woman can contribute to the progress and prosperity of the society. May Allah guide us all in our efforts and bless this conference with success. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.